Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're doing part 3. I'm trying to remember which one we're on. Part 3 of our little cookbook journal. And really this is just going over, just a few things that you can do for the inside. I'm not going to really go into the decorating because I think that's kind of a personal thing, whatever it is that you want to do. I mean, I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to be doing. But other than that, that's all we're going to go on today. So we're going to be talking about just pockets and tucks and, putting those type of papers in. Because it's a little different, because you're using a ring binder. And then maybe decorating the dividers and bags and envelopes, and a little bit about putting vintage recipes in it and things like that. So that's kind of what we're going to do today, because we've already on part 1 and part 2 reinforced it, then we decorated it, we put a few papers in, and I showed you guys how to cut out your papers and put them in here and everything. And we're just going to talk about just the little add-ons. And then that way you basically, you'll be done. I'm going to put this aside because I really don't need it right at this point. So what we're going to do, oh, and also y'all should have reinforced, picked out the pages that you wanted to keep, the dividers you wanted to keep, and reinforced all the holes that needed it. So if you've done your homework, then you did all that. Okay, so I'm going to keep those aside because I don't need those right yet. Okay, so today we're just going to be doing just a few little things here and there so that we can kind of add more to our journal. I'm still using the little divider thing, or this that came with it to, to line up my holes. I've got my hole punch that I'm using. I have a hand punch in case I need it, and this is, you could do it totally with this. You don't need this. Just a cutter, and then I've got my scoreboard. Okay, so that's kind of what pen. I'm using art glitter glue today. I don't know. I think that's most of it. If it comes up, I'll and of course my paper. Remember I said to pick out some papers that you want to use. And like I said, I really would not use a journaling kit unless you're going to put I forgot what I was going to say. Unless you're going to back it with cardstock or something, because any kind of really papers that are too flimsy aren't going to work too well. It just depends on what you print it on, really, is what it comes down to. There are some really cute recipe type kits that you can do in a journal, and that journal kits, those would be really great. Just print it on something that's reasonably strong. It doesn't have to be cardstock, but it has to be, thick enough when you're turning those pages that's not going to rip. Okay, so let's see. What was the first thing we're going to talk about? If you did your homework, let's just talk about the papers real quick. I wanted a variety of different papers and pull these out. So I was using this Cartabella paper, which is really this is a good weight cardstock. So this can go in there individually. I don't have to worry about it ripping. I picked out some other papers. I don't remember who these are from. I don't really know, but they're decent weight. They're not as heavy, but they're fine. And I picked out some that are white on the back for journaling, okay? I purposely didn't want them two-sided. And then, obviously you want them to kind of go together. And then on these, I wanted the double-sided because we're going to be making pockets and things with that, and it works, you know, obviously better with that. You don't have to have that though, but okay. The other thing is, if you have lighter weight papers, which I do, that I might want to use because I thought they looked kind of cool. If I get them over here. They looked kind of retro. You can use those in different ways, but I wouldn't necessarily just, you know, put them singly on a page like that because they'll be kind of flimsy. You know, I would do things like maybe make an envelope, or you could even use them as a pocket or something, and if it's not strong enough, back them. But that's what I would do with those if you want to use some of those, okay? I mean, you can use them, but I wouldn't use them as a single page, okay? All right, the other thing is that I am not going to, I think, I was looking at this, and even though I have some of these lighter colors, I don't think I'm going to use any kind of, you know, copy dyed, tea dyed, or any kind of dyed papers. Just because I don't think it really kind of goes with this. I think for me, this isn't what I would want to use, but if I did use it, I would probably use it like, you know, on the back of a single page or something, or, you know, just for writing space. And I do have some brighter colors, and I was thinking about using them, but I don't think I'm going to. I just don't. Okay, so anyway, but you could use them. If you are going to use like any kind of, I picked out, like I said, there's all these really cute digi-kits out there. I picked some out. This is KB and Friends. I love this because it's the era of when this cookbook was in there, and then there's all this other stuff. And I am going to put Christmas stuff in there with it too, but I just went ahead and kind of printed some of this off just because I thought it was cute and I would show you. Okay. You can definitely use that stuff. I printed it off on cardstock just so it was reasonably strong, and then I could just put some of it in the journal, you know, as is. Let's see what else. You know, if you're going to use any kind of vintage papers and things, like I have these here, and you just need to be careful because usually they're very brittle, and I don't know, like I was going to use these, but they're kind of so brittle that I just think they're going to fall apart. So I think what I'm going to do is scan these and put some of them in there. Then that way, you know, they're not going to fall apart, and I have them, and because these are very, very old. But, because they're past the copyright. This is super old. But anyway, I thought that would be a good idea to do that. And then, because they would fall apart. They just wouldn't last. The other papers that I put in there, they were pretty good. Let's see here. If you're going to put, you know, magazine in there and stuff, just make sure that it's, you know, pretty strong. You don't want anything that's going to fall apart either. And if you need to, when I put magazine pages or something like that in there that's a little bit thinner, I put the hole reinforcers on it just because, you know, I want it to last. Okay, let's see what else. I don't remember what else. Okay, that's pretty much that. Okay, so now what I wanted to kind of talk about is pockets and putting them in your journal. Oh, let me move this paper over here. Also, we did talk a little bit last time about putting your papers in, and I like the different variations, so I cut some shorter, and even with these, I'll put some in there that are, you know, blank or white on the back. I'm not vintaging these up. This is kind of a 50s vibe. I might put a little bit of, I might do a little bit. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, just get papers that are kind of in the same, you know, idea or whatever, and you can put them in there. And even though they're different, and these come from different paper pads, and this is just a plain one, they're going to go together. Okay, they're kind of the same style, and I think they'll go together. Okay, so anyway, we'll do that. All right, so first, what I did is I picked out, went and looked through my papers, and I picked out some that I thought would work well with a pocket. It wasn't these, that's for sure. Oh yeah, here they are, right up here. And I cut some. I'm not going to do this one, but basically, my width on my journal of these pages was 6 inches, okay? Or actually, it's a little bit over 6 inches, but I did it right at 6 inches just because I didn't, you know, if I do it at 6 inches and I make another journal, then I'll have, you know, another piece. So anyway, I did that, and I cut some pieces, and then I went and looked at them, and I thought, well, what would look good with a pocket? And what I was going to do, like, this is, you know, obviously 6 inches in width, but it's still 12 inches long. And so then I decided, well, okay, which ones would look good if I folded this over? That would look okay. I don't think that looks too good. I'll put that aside. Because it kind of narrows down, like, see this one? Of course, you would want to make sure, I think that would look cute, right? Or I guess you could go that way, but then it would be upside down, so you'd have to go like that. Which way, guys? I think that looks good. All right, we'll see. So obviously that could make a good one. That's my solid one. This one. So that would look good. And I actually kind of did this before I cut them, so I knew which ones. See, we already decided that one doesn't look too hot. And while I love this paper, I probably cut it the wrong way. Yeah, I did. But it'll still work. No, see, that doesn't really look that good. Okay. This one. Yeah, that looks okay. And then that one. Okay, so pretty much we've kind of decided that these, oh, that's the same. These look good, and we can make pockets for them, okay? And they're already just a 12-inch piece of scrapbook paper that we cut in half to 6 inches. I'm going to put this aside because I don't need it right this second. Okay. Ugh. All right. So what I want to do to make a pocket, these papers, and excuse me, this is based on, you know, measuring our dividers. Okay. And let's see, I'll show you. There's just, I think it's a 1/4 of an inch difference. And so I basically just did them 6 inches so that I'm doing multiple journals so I can get a lot out of my papers. And these will fit right inside there. So basically that's the height on this is what I did. And of course you could make these shorter, but for the ones with the pockets, I wanted them the same height. So I did that, and that was 9.5 inches. So it's 9.5 inches long, and it's 6 inches wide, okay? So I already have my 6 inches because we cut our papers to 6 inches. And if I want to make this 9.5 inches long, obviously I could go right here, go to my 9.5, right? And then we're going to go ahead and score it right at 9.5. I can't. I'm going to move it closer because honestly I should have my reading glasses on so I could see. Right at 9.5. And we're going to go like that. Make sure I did that right. Oh, I did that one at 9. Yeah, I was trying it both ways. So I'm going to do this at 9 1/2, okay? And you'll see why I did the other one in a minute. So I did this one at 9 1/2 bone folder. There we go. I knew it was somewhere. I saw it a minute ago. And this is pretty heavy, so I'm going to fold it down. So now this is the same height as the other one, okay? And then I'm going to take my little, this thing, whatever this is. I'm going to move this for a second, get it out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and mark my holes using this. Get it nice and straight. And I'm going to do this with black. Normally I would do it with a pencil, but I just put a little X right in the middle because I know it'll get punched out. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my hole punch. And I'm going to line up the 4, which is going to probably go this way. I did it backwards. All right. Going to line them up with the middle of my little thing where my X's are. And I'm going to go ahead and punch. I'm off a little bit there. And then I'm going to take this last hole and I just put it in the little punch. Make sure it gets in there good. And line it up. And that way the holes are the same. Okay. So I have done my holes for this. And you know, it's different than putting it in a journal that you're folding. So you can put your holes. Now, you don't necessarily have to fold your papers up like this. If you have a separate paper and you just want to put it there, you could just glue it. Okay. And so anyway, I have a pocket right there now. And all I'm going to do is just take some glue on this side. If I can get my glue out. It has not been cooperating very much lately. I don't know why. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that. There. Oh, I forgot to do the other side. And do the other side. Okay. All right. And that's just a simple pocket. And it will go. Let me move this. Oh, I'm losing things here. That will just go. I'm piling things on top so you guys can see. So that would just go right in here. Like that. Easy peasy. And, oop, you have a pocket. Okay? So you've got your little pocket right here. Okay? Let's say you want to do, push that over here. Let's say you want to do, if I can find another blue one. I had it out a minute ago. A larger pocket, okay? You didn't want it to be just the short pocket that we had over there. Then all you would do is obviously, let's see, we were 9 1/2, so let's just do this one. I don't know. I'm gonna use this side since I already, is that the side I want? Yeah. Okay. We will just do this one. I'm gonna score this at 3.5 inches right here. Okay. I don't know, but yeah, 3.5 will be fine. We'll just do 3.5. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do that. And this is a shorter piece, but I think I did that a little crooked. I don't know how I did that with the scoreboard crooked. Okay, so that one is not going to be the same as the other because this is the size we need, but that's okay. So we've made our pocket a little bit bigger, and that's fine. We can do that, and then just add our glue. And I'm doing it a little differently this time so you can see that you can do it both ways. Last time I added the glue after I punched the holes. Now I'm going to do it. Doesn't really matter. As long as your punch will go through both. And this glue dries so quickly. Okay, so the only thing is on this, we need to look at our binder and decide. Now, I'm going to move all this stuff around, but we have to decide. I'm just kind of where those holes are going to go, okay? So, obviously it's not small enough to just have 4 holes. So, it's still going to have 5 holes, but it's not going to be the same, okay, as the longer one that we just did, okay? It's going to be a little bit shorter, but that's okay because our papers are all different sizes because we have a bigger pocket now, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little whole thing again, and this time it's not going to line up completely because this is a little bit shorter, but I am going to split the difference between the two, and I'm just eyeballing it, okay, like that. And I have no idea what happened. Oh, there it is. My little pen. I'd really rather use a pencil because the other one didn't end up in the right spot. I want to be able to erase it, but I don't know where my pencil went to. For some reason right now I can see a ton of pens, but no pencils. Okay, here we go. We'll just use this one then. Oh, I don't have that on there straight. Okay, so we're splitting the difference. See, I have a little on this end and a little on that end. If you wanted to, you could actually measure it, you know, and then maybe make a decision as to where's the middle. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That's about right. So then I'm just going to do this with the pencil in case it don't get it dead on. Okay, and then I'm going to go through it. Remember, I've already put the glue on here. And I'm going to line up all of them. See where I have one left over. So I'm lining up these 4 with because my punch only does 4. And if you get this punch, I'm just taking that X and I'm lining it right up with that. I'm going to go in there and do that. All right. And then I'm going to take this. Yeah, I think it doesn't go back far enough. That's why it's still there. Then I'm going to take this last X and line it up. Make sure it's in there right. And then put that on there. See, now I can erase those. All right. But that will work just as well in here as the other one did that was full size, okay? So we can do that. So I have a little bit bigger pocket than I did with the one that we just did. that has a little shallower pocket down there. Now, what if you want to do like a double pocket? You can take, let me find the right paper. I had two picked out. No, I can't. Oh, here. Yeah, I think I was going to do those two. All right. You can take, matter of fact, actually, I was going to do, where did it go? I was actually going to take some of the strips that come with the paper pack. Let me cut these because I thought it'd be really cute to use some of those. Which one am I going to use? All right, so I do that. I go like that. It'll be upside down. If I go like that, that would work. What are my other choices here, people? I don't have that many that I can do here. This one might work. This might work better. Okay, let's see if I use this one. This will, I think, will work better. All right. Let me cut off the strip. And I think I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 6 inches. I really hate this trimmer, but I only use it when I'm doing videos, so that's why I haven't replaced it. I have another kind of guillotine one that I use most of the time. Okay, so I am going to take this and cut it. Let me see, what do I want with this here? We'll do that. I'm just going to cut a couple of these off and we'll audition it and see which one looks the best. So I'm going to cut these and kind of figure out which one I want to use. All right. Let's see, I guess I'll just cut it. All right. So I'm going to just take that all right, I got to get my scoreboard out. I'm guessing I should do that. Okay, so I'm going to do this at 9.5 because that is the size of our actual paper. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I'm going to put that right here. And then I'm going to put another pocket right here. And I'm just going to score that so I don't have to measure. I'm going to cut the people in half. Wonder if I do it like this, what am I going to get? I'm still cutting people in half. Oh well. Guess there's no avoiding it. Okay. That just tells me where to cut it. Ah, they're going to go right in half. Oh well. Okay, so what I'm going to do then Okay, is I'm going to make sure I fold that down better. I am going to put this here, and I'm going to put that right up there. And I am going to leave this bottom part open, so if you have a long tag, it can go in there, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out where this is going to go. I forgot to put the top back on. All right. And remember, I'm leaving the bottom open in case I have a long tag that I want to put in there. I'm going to fold this down, and I want this to get the red to be where I figure out. I want it to hit over the red. Okay. Oop, I didn't do the sides. Oh well. I will. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on the sides, which I forgot to do. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I thought I forgot. Nope, I think we're good. And I think that's pretty good. I think I just put it on a tiny bit crooked. There we go. So then I'm putting this up right here. And of course you can decorate these up, guys. You know, I mean, take ribbon, whatever it is you want to put on there, and do that. Okay. And then you guessed it, guys, we're going to put our holes in. Now this one is the actual size of what our page is. We could do this on the back. I'm going to start marking them in because obviously it doesn't go as far. All right. Then this one, again, it'd be great if it did 5, but it doesn't, so I'm going to line that up. I really just need to line these up. What did I decide I was going to... No, that's right. The other one didn't move over now. I remember what it was. I'll line all those up. And like I said, you guys could do a single punch on this too. Just punch out where you marked it. It might even be more accurate for sure. But I'm kind of lazy, so. Okay, and it did go through all of them. Okay, so now what we've done is we've got a pocket here. We've got a pocket that goes down here. I mean, you could go all the way up and do another one if you wanted to, but, so there's another one that we're going to put in our book. Okay, the other thing I was going to show you, let me take this off so I can show you with this one. There is no reason that you can't take this and put another pocket on here. Okay, you don't have to do just a fold over pocket, so we could do that here. It's a little bit shorter. It shouldn't be, so that means I cut that one wrong, or this is wrong or something. But I'm still going to use it. It'll be okay. Which is the bottom? Okay, that's the bottom. All you're going to do is just glue it on. Okay. And I'm just going to, whenever I'm off a little, I just split the difference. Because whenever you do that, you usually can't notice very much. So there we go. And the hole is on the other side. And I will probably just take my hole punch. And since it's there, punch it out. okay? And I have my other hole. So that will go in, and I've got a pocket on each side, okay? There's no reason why you can't do that, because this is thick enough. So let's do that. Now, if you want to use, oh, I guess I have another hole I didn't punch out. I didn't pay attention. It was kind of camouflaged. All right. Get that out of there. Okay. So we have a pocket on both sides. On that one, okay? What if we have this double pocket here, and we want to put something over here, and you can slide it in or something. You could take this. I wonder if I have it. No, let's do that with a single pocket, because I'm going to do something else with this. Watch out. Let's do this, okay? And then where'd my other paper go that I was going to use? It went here somewhere. Cut that at 9.5. Do this at 6. Okay, so if we want to, we can take, where these other papers go? Oh. Now this is a little bit wider, we'd have to cut it down, but let's do this first though. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this piece at 9.5 because I'm going to use it. This is why I hate this thing. It's very hard to read the, it's got to be 9.5, right? You can't read it very well. It's really super hard. I just need to break down. I did have another one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Okay, 9.5, right? Okay. Let me know real quick if I'm right. Nope, I was wrong. Maybe, I don't know. Find out on my scoreboard. Okay. Yep, right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pocket on this. And you wouldn't want to do it that way because it'd be upside down. You could do it this way if you wanted to, but I think I like it the best, so I shouldn't have done that, this way. And so I am going to do this at 9.5. That's the full length. Okay, so that's going to be my pocket over there. But on the other side, I want to have some sort of side pocket. So I don't want to use that side. I think I want to use that side. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do, Unless, wait a minute, I might have another one that would look better with that. Not really. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this and I am just going to, let's see, it's 6 inches. Now you realize when you put your holes on the side, you're losing that, I don't know if it's about 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna do this 3.5. You kind of lose it because you can't really use that, that little port. I mean, it could be shallow. It doesn't have to be big, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Why I scored it, I don't know. I guess just because I wanted to measure it. I don't trust this thing. So you can't see the little lines very well. I need to just get, I've had it forever. And like I said, I did have another one that I liked better, but oh well. I'm going to do it. Is that where I scored it? Yes, so that is 3.5. Okay. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to put this over here, okay? And then I'm going to put this over there, okay? And that's how I'm going to put them together. And I really make these pages do a lot of work for me because they're heavy duty and where this is where I can put all my little pockets and things. And most papers or double-sided papers work to where the one on the other side will fold and, you know, they get that you're going to do that. So they'll usually go together one way or another. I don't think that looks good there. I don't know if I made the right choice for that, but we'll see. It's not bad, but it's not, I'm not jumping up and down about it. Okay. Let me see how that one looks. See, the problem is your holes, if you do one that thin, your holes are going to go right here. So you don't have much room. So that's why I made it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and, see, I don't like all that white there. So we're just going to have to do this. And we're going to go like that. Get that on there right. Okay. So we have a pocket on this side, and we could just make that a double pocket while we're at it. Okay. And I could put that right there. It looks like I need to cut it a tiny bit. So I'm telling you, my measuring skills with that, I think I'm going to glue it. Or maybe I'll just mark it. Here, let's see. I'm going to glue it first. And because I've already glued this one, I'm just going to do this right above it. I'm going to leave this part open and down through here. I'm going to put that right there. Get it nice and even with the side. There we go. All right. And that just gives me a tiny bit to trim. Okay, so then that gives us another double pocket. So we have that there and that there. I would have rather had this underneath, but that's okay. And we're going to punch our holes. We're going to do the same thing that we did before. Make sure you get it on the right way. If I did it this way, well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. It just would depend on which way you want your page to be. Okay. I'm going to do this again. You could just hold this on here and punch too if you want to do that. If you're just using a hand punch. And get them all lined up. Well, I think I pushed the limits of this thing, so hang on there. I might have to stand up. Oops. Ah. Okay, well, it went through. Yay! All right, I know it'll go through this one. It's not as thick, but there we go. All right. So in any case, now we have our double pocket here and our little side tuck here. Okay, so that we've done double duty on that, and again, that can go in our book. I'm not going to pull that out. I'm just going to put it over there for now, and then we'll look at it later. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could where'd that piece of paper go? Just take one like this. Cut the little strip off. And I want to make a little side pocket on this. And I want it to be 3 inches because remember we're losing about a 1/2 inch. But I only need this 9.5 long. Okay, so I'm going to cut this 9.5. I'm telling you guys, I cannot tell on this thing very well. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty sure that's 9.5. Okay. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I only want this. It's 12. I think I want it 9 inches wide. 6, okay, yeah. I'm gonna go 9 inches wide. And of course, always save your pieces. Okay, and then I could take that and I'll just use this to score. I'm going to score it at 3 inches over here. Yeah, 3 inches. So what I've done there is all I've done is rather than gluing it right here, we've just folded over the other piece of paper so that we have our little side tuck. And what I would do is I would just take some glue, move this out of the way. And of course you can get your punch and punch that if you want. I usually go back in and do it later anyway, but I'll just do it now just to show you. Halfway through. Okay. So there you go. And on this side, let's just say we want to put this on there. What was on the other side of that? I don't think that would look that great there. Yeah, we could do. Well, we'll just do that. We'll just make a pocket. So we could just make a little pocket there. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to mark it and cut it. That way I know it's exact. Okay. Oh, I didn't do that exactly in the middle, did I? I'm really bad about that. Well, it's a little better. Anyway, of course, you could do the same thing and make it a double or whatever you wanted to do. Okay, this is this way. I gotta make sure I get it the orientation right. Okay, so then there we have a pocket over here and a tuck over there, and we haven't done anything. And again, I'm not going to go through the punching the holes. You guys get that. Okay. The other thing too, where did that piece go? What you can also do is you can do the same thing I did on that one. And on this one, I basically, you know, squirt. This is 3 inches here. And this is 2 inches on this side. And you can just basically, you'll have one here, and then you'll have one on the other side. So one will be on the end. The one on the end, I mean, I would punch the holes on this end, because like I said, you lose about a 1/2 inch. So this way, this will be, you know, deep enough for you to put something in. So let's go ahead and glue that so you can see. And all we did is the same thing we did there, except we kept the width of the paper instead of cutting it off, and just folded it on both sides. Okay. So there you go. There's one on that side and one on that. Oops, I just didn't let the glue dry. So there we go. And then I would put the holes on this side because you lose part of that. Make sure that's in there, right? Okay. I'm pushing the outer limits of this thing, I know. So anyway. Okay. So anyway, we'll put that, let me go ahead and punch the holes in this too. That way we can see what that looks like when it's done. So this goes that way. It's going to be another tough one. I would use my single punch, but it's really bad. I need to get another one. I think I have another one somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. All right, I'm going to put this closer toward me. You guys have seen me punch the holes a bunch, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, something's wrong because these are not lining up. Huh. Maybe I will end up punching this by hand. That way I can actually tell what I did. It's not lining up where it needs to line up. So, like I said, you can do this by hand. Mine is, my punch really needs, it gets stuck constantly, so I've got to wiggle it off of each one. There's definitely better quality ones. I have no idea where I have this one. I really don't use it very often. Let's see if we can get this one. Oh, that one's going to be hard. There we go. Oh, I don't think that one's going to go. Nope. It's going through 4. Actually, my punch did better than that. Let's just use this. Get out the big guns. This will go through it easily. Stay steady as she goes. Okay. It has a little bit smaller hole, but that's okay. It'll still work. So we'll put those in there in a minute. Okay, now we're going to move on. You get the idea. The other thing is you may want to do is you can cut these out. I was going to do that and put this on the back for a pocket. And I think I'm going to put this on one of them so you can see how cool it would look. Or if you already have some recipe cards that you want to use, you could certainly size them the right size. Okay. So let's just say, for instance, you wanted to put it on this one, which it could still work. We'll just have to trim this barely at all. We could put that on there. And then this could give you a journaling space. And on top of that, oop, I just moved it over too much. Could give you a little journaling space, and then also, I'm going to move it this way so I can cut it. Let's see. Oh, come on. All right. So there we go. And I'm just going to trim that a tiny bit. So there you go. Now you've made another pocket and you can put that on your page. Okay. Of course you do have to cut out your holes, which I will do. I wonder if I can fit them in here. Okay. Probably. Oh, this one moved. That's why it didn't line up. That is why it did not line up. Now I see the problem. Yeah, that's it right there. Well, that didn't line up too good, did it? Well, we'll see what happens. That does not look promising. Okay. I think that last one got messed up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is show you really quick some things to do with your dividers. Okay, so I love how these look in front. Some of them look good, some of them don't, and it is weathered and everything, but it's vintage. What you can do on these is you can take some of your other papers that you've cut off, obviously, and you can put those on the side to cover that up and make a tuck if you want to. Like, that would look kind of cute. And then you could cover this. And what I had, let me, where did that go? I had some kind of retro-ish looking papers that I thought were cute. It's not tall enough. This one would be cute. Okay, so what I thought I would do, this side I like. I would not change it, okay? On this side, what I would do is I would go ahead and take my glue stick. And I'm covering the back of the tab. It has the, this one says meal planning and nutrition. I think it's number 1. And I didn't leave all my tabs in there, so that's up to you, however many you want to leave. Okay, and then I would take my paper and just place it on there, right over the tab. Okay. And this is a thinner paper. This is not heavier cardstock, because if the heavier cardstock would be just too heavy, okay? But it's going to do 2 things. What it's going to do, we're just going to cut this out, is it's going to reinforce this, because some of the tabs might be a little wobbly, or they could be totally messed up. If they are, you know, you could just not use that one. That's what I did. One of these on here, I just didn't use because it was really in bad shape. So, and I'm just going to cut right around it. And my paper's underneath there. And I'm just following this. I'll come back and trim that a little bit more in a second. You know, you take your time at home. Okay, so here's the back of our paper, and that's kind of all cool. So we're just going to put some holes in it. And I'm just going to use this for now because I don't have time to mess with that other thing. And just punch your holes. Nice and easy. Okay, so then you've done this. Now, what you could do with that is you could take your heavier scraps of cardstock, which I think I am going to do. And I'm actually, let's see, this one's a little wider. Not really. I am going to put a little tuck on this side. So I'll just use this one, since it's already the right size, and y'all are, and because, so since your dividers are, you know what, actually, I like this side better. How does that look? With the Christmas balls on there, huh? Yep, okay, I got the glue off of it. All right, we'll do this side. So, now you could put this on the other side with a divider, but I think there'd be a lot all on that divider, on this little tab. So I'm going to put it over here, and this is just my scrap paper. And I'm using my thicker cardstock on this because I think it'd be too flimsy for the pocket. Now you could use your other papers if you want to, you know, back them with something. Okay. Let me get that piece of glue off so it doesn't stick. And then go ahead and punch your holes again. I'm going to have to poke that out because I got stuff in there. All right, so then what you've done is you've made your little side pocket here. Of course, you could make a pocket on if you wanted to. Same idea as you did with the other papers, but this way you're reinforcing your dividers, and at the same time you're, you know, you're decorating. And on all of mine, I probably will decorate the backs because there's a few of them that have some cool stuff. But for the most part, I don't think, most of them are not that neat. So, let's see. Most of them kind of look like this. So, I probably am going to cover those and do similar things to all those and fix them, okay? Now, I just want to go over a couple more things before we close with this. The great thing about this is that you get to pull these in and pull them out and put them in order. You get to take all of your pages and put all these different pages that we've done. I'm going to put all these in here just so you can see what we've done. And I would just put them all in and then decide what you want where, and you know, get that last one in there. This is our divider. I'll leave it up front because I'm probably going to use that first. And that's what's so fun about doing these. There's the one we did with the recipe. What I was going to show you on this, I'll leave that out for a second because I do want to show you something on that. And I think we went over envelopes and bags a little bit last time. You know, you just have to make sure you line up your holes right. What I would do with some of these blank pages, okay, I have, oh, if I can get them down. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. This is the little, you know, the little plastic, what you call it, things that you get from the little, for photos, you know, like they're $1 at the dollar store or whatever. I took them apart, and these little pages here, it won't fit this way, you know, without putting holes in it, and then it wouldn't fit. So I thought what you could do is you could, here, this is upside down because the holes are that way. You could take maybe some washi tape or even some pieces of scrap paper. If I have a piece that we can use. Got a million pieces over here, but nothing I can use. Well, just even like that, that would work. Okay. So let's just say you did that. You could go ahead, oh, matter of fact, we can just do it. Let me get my, I don't know if glue stick will hold it, but I think this is probably a situation where you need something a little stronger, but I'm going to use it just for an example. I'm going to line this on the, oh, here it is. I'll just use this glue. I have it right here. Okay, it's not coming out. Huh. Boy, I tell you. Okay. So you need something to kind of hinge it on there. And that's where this is going to come into play. I don't know if this is going to be wide enough though. You have to leave enough of the top so that you can hinge it. Okay. And so we still have our opening right here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on here. It's a little bit on this side I need to trim. Oh boy, I should have done that earlier. But I can't do it after I put it down. Okay, and I'm going to put this, cut that to be about the same size. All right, put some glue down. Spread that out a little. I got it too, now it's coming out too fast. All right, so then I'm going to put that on there. Right here is where my holes are. I don't want to cover those. And this is going to come right to the end. Here, I hope you guys can see. So my holes are here. I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And then, let me see if I can find my little picture that I had in here. If you have a picture or you have a recipe, ugh, you would wait for it to dry. This is not dry. I put too much glue. Okay. And you could just put that right in here. Just like that. Okay. So all I've done is I've taken those dollar store. Matter of fact, I have one up here. Oh, I'll show you. Just something like this. And pull out the pages. And you can do the same thing as I did here. Okay. Or if you have an old book or whatever. And then that way this is just going to fit in your page. And you can put something in the back too. One thing I would suggest, and I was going through all my stuff, is if you have, where did that thing go? Oh, they're up there. Okay. Let me get that. Oh, stuff's falling. Okay. If you have old recipe cards and things like that, they're very fragile. And if you're lucky enough to have family ones that are on like index cards, this one's stuck. The great thing is this helps preserve them. And you can just stick this in here. This is a picture of whatever it is, okay? Let me get in here. I'm trying to hurry because I know we're over time here. But you can do that and put that in there and have the recipe in there too, okay? The same thing with the little plastic dividers that I showed you last time. You can do the same thing with that. That's really all I have as far as the things that you need to do. All you would do now is you're going to take your pages and you're going to intermix them with the pages you've already done, your magazine pages, all your other stuff, your envelopes. We already talked about doing all that. Bags. This bag I wanted to show you. This is just a bag that this is the front part of it. Then I fold it over and I punch the holes in it. And then I cut this bottom part right here. Just take a, fold it over, punch your holes, and just cut it right here. And then that makes a nice little pocket, okay? And then you decorate, I would decorate this front part right here. And you know, so you can do a lot of stuff. You can, like I said, the really wonderful thing about this is you get to take and add and subtract anything you want in there. And I will probably do a flip through on mine when I'm done with it. But I really didn't want to go through all the decorating part of it because I think you guys can, you know, you'll do it the way you want to do it. But I do wanted to show you that that's the kind of thing that you could do. You've got all these different pockets and tucks and flips and, you know, here's your divider and then you've decorated it on the other side. You could have just as easily done a pocket. You could do the same thing on that. You could put your, you know, in fact, you could do that with the tuck if you wanted to. You could still put that on there just like I did and then have the tuck. Or have that, you know, go like that. You could still do that, okay? You can add and go through your stuff and look and see what you have. And the other thing that I found that I thought was really cool, I bought these at the dollar store. And if you wanted to add extra journaling space, what you could do is take these, like this has a little cardboard back to it, and I wouldn't put that many in there, but you could take these and then add these to the back of this, and you'd have a whole, you know, a whole journaling pad there. I don't know if I want to put that one there. I don't know if the other ones match better. I have 3 different kinds. I don't know. But I'll figure it out. And you've got all your different, papers. Like here's one. Maybe I would put it on there. I think it goes really well with that. This has a little magnet on the back. Just take off the magnet. I would use a good glue, wherever that is. The top's off of it, so I hope I find it soon. But I would put a good glue on there. You guys get the idea. And then look at that. All of a sudden, you've got list on there. Kind of bugs me. My glue just is gone. Huh. All right. So that's another idea. Oh, here it is right here. My desk is a disaster. Anyway, so let's just say we do that. Now, if you wanted to not permanently put something on there, which it wouldn't really bother me, because when it runs out, I'll just get to the bottom and get another pad and glue it on there. I just don't think I'd be worried about it. You could just put that. This is a little bit shorter one, but it still works. It's still this right size. And I think it's the right color. So you could put that on there, let that dry. Put too much glue again. It's feast or famine. Okay, so, and then all you're going to do now at this point, guys, is you're just going to take your pages and, decide where you want everything. I put the picture in there upside down. You know what? Oh my gosh, I put that. I did. I put the pocket upside down. I wonder if it'll still come off. Nope. Well, it's not going to really matter because this doesn't really have any direction on it, so it'll work. It'll still work. It'll still work. Oh, gosh. It doesn't matter. There's no real direction on there, so it doesn't matter if it's one way or the other. But, okay, so, you're just going to go in there and put your, like this I would have on my first page maybe, and then, this is my divider, and that's decorated on the back. And then let's say I want to put, a few other pages in there now. I've got several pages here. And, you're just going to do that and divide up your stuff and decide what you want. And, that's how you want to do it. But I would, if you're lucky enough to do this and put your old cherished recipe cards in there, you can preserve them with that, or just make copies of them and put them in there, Okay, so anyway, guys, that's it. I don't have anything else to tell you about this. I do want to quickly go over what we're doing in our next video. We're not going to be doing this anymore. I will be doing a flip through on this in a few days, so you'll get to see the finished product. I do want to quickly go over, let's see, we are going to be doing the 2 books that we're going to make into a planner. And I'm using 2 Reader's Digest, so you need 2 books the same size. You need papers of your choice that you want to use. I'm going to be using this Stamperia pad, and I'm also going to be using just some pages from Calico Collage that kind of go with it. You're going to need something to reinforce the spine. I'm probably going to use duct tape. You can use anything that you would normally want to use. And I am going to use probably 6 different little file folders, smaller ones. I don't know if I will use that many, but just, you know, have those ready. And then you need some sort of stretchy elastic, you know, like to bind it or whatever. I have my black elastic that I'm going to use, just the thinner. I think it's 2 millimeter, maybe it's 1 millimeter. I don't remember, but you know, to just bind it. And I think, oh, and if you want a tab punch would be good. Or we can, I'll show you a way to kind of cut out your own tabs. But I'm going to make it nice and easy. Dawn has a tutorial on hers on the Book Vandal, and you can check it out and look at it. I'll try and remember to put the link in there. Mine is going to be different. I'm going to try and do it kind of quick. So it'll be two sessions to figure out how to do it all. But anyway, guys, that's it. If this turns out to be too long, I'm probably going to have it cut into 2. And that way you guys won't be bored. Or I'll just leave it at 1 and you can just turn it off. Whatever. But anyway, this is going to be Thursday. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday. If you want to do along with me, I'm just trying to tell you. I might be using this athletic tape. It's not micropore. This is the material, guys. So I might use that too. I'm not sure yet. But make sure I didn't put my elastic. I was going to show you the elastic, but I guess I forgot to put it out. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to use too, I'm just going to use some cloth on the inside just to kind of cover up the, and I'm kind of using this kind of off-white duck cloth or something, or cotton or whatever, and it's really more for show, not so much reinforcing it. You can use Tyvek if you want to, but I'm probably going to use duct tape. I don't know. But those are the choices, and I am going to use some material. But those are the things you're going to need on Thursday. You don't necessarily need your papers on Thursday. You just really kind of need the guts of all this. Oh, and you need a, what do you call it, blade? Oh, what are they called? It's on my desk. I just used it a minute ago. You know, to cut with, people. What do you call this? You need one of those cutting things. And scissors. And glue. You know, that stuff. All right. This has probably been long enough. Oh, and I was going to say, guys, I did want to tell you that I did find the cutest, where did they go? The cutest, I can't find them all. Well, you'll see when it's done. But I did find the cutest retro stuff on KB Designs and Friends or something like that. I don't know. I'll tell you what it is. But they're really retro, so if you're really looking for something like that, they're really cute. Okay, we will see you soon. And you guys take care and stay safe.